I am looking respectfully at Narmaya. He is not looking respectfully. Do not trust him. We switched from base to EX halfway through. How base? You know, let's beat up EX Narmaya, why not? Actually, let's beat up Gran, because I like it when she goes, fucking you up. Fucking you up. Narmaya, man. Narmaya. This character is also, we're playing a lot of, we're playing a lot of good characters. Do you mean any flip? I think so. EX Nar, my beloved. Regular Narmaya, I fear. TK or regular? Any flip, I think. Any flip. Playing her right now. Falco loser. So, Narmaya obviously is a stance switch character, so as far as normals, we have 2 sets of normals to talk about. She has no close L in either of her stances, right? She's rocking Genji 5L with the boob hitbox. See that? Fucking you up. It's pretty bad. Pretty bad. Oh, no far L, I guess. Yeah, it's no... Technically, it's no close L or far L, just 5L. Yeah, that's true. 6 frames. Not great reach, but it will transition into auto combo from anywhere for what it's worth. So that's nice. And then Genji is more of the mid-range stance, right? Like far M, 9 frames, decently big, right? As I think it reaches post-throw tech at the very least. I'm pretty sure it does. Oh yeah. Oh, quite easily. Yeah. Well, actually, this has more range than I get. This is kind of like my barometer. Yeah, that's like you can make that like 33. That's bigger than I gave it credit for. Goddamn. It looked kind of small from here, but 4 active frames too. A little slow, but you know, otherwise pretty damn good. 2M as well, right? Genji 2M, quite nice. You know, reaches post-throw tech there. 8 frames, 4 active frames. Narmaya in Genji in general is quite a bit of a mid-range character, right? She wants to kind of poke, keep you out, and then convert from there. Far H, 6 frames. 6 active frames. Very nice. Quite big. 6 active frames. 10 startup frames, you know. Not your favorite, but about normal for a Far H. Right, 10 to 11 is probably about normal. 9 is fast. Anything slower than that, I would call slow. Pretty fucking good Far H, certainly. Quite a bit of recovery on it, but that's, you know, 22 frames is about normal for a Far H as well. Big stop sign, yeah. Big 6 active frames, really just what you want out of a Far H for a character like this. 2U is also lots of active frames, pretty decently big, right? 9 startup frames, but I guess 6 active frames. So again, nice big low hitting stop sign button right there. Cancelable as well, of course, into bombos, into Narmaya bullshit. And then her 66M is, I think, the same in both stances. 66H, Genji 66H is bad. It's just kind of, it's mostly bad. It's safe, I think. Yeah, it's a low crush, for what it's worth. You can kind of see her hitbox, right, leaves the ground like that. So like, I guess, you know, we used Eustace 66H to low profile some stuff. You could like high profile some 6XM, some lows, something like that. For what it's worth, it looks cool. She's doing a flip. I have never seen that move before. Yeah, it's not very good, but it is always safe. It's 20 frame startup, which is not great, and I believe on regular hits you don't get very much. Yeah, right. This thing needs counter hits to get value, so you know it's not great. It's not great, but if you counter hit with it, you know you can probably do something kind of cool. Probably jumping normals. Genji JL is a JL. Genji JM is her cross-up. Right? Am I in Kagura right now? No, I am. Sorry. Same thing, though, right? Genji JL is that. Genji JM is also still her cross-up, I think. Though it's not super reliable. The air buttons in Genji are a little bit worse. You don't want to be jumping in as Genji in ARM. You want to be jumping in as Kagura in ARM. Genji JH, I think, is horizontal, mostly. It's kind of like, you know, a bad version of Belial JH. Like horizontal deep jumping button. And then Genji JU is an air-to-air, basically. I think it's an air. I mean, maybe you could use this for safe jumps or something as well. It's quite plus, but yeah. Genji Jam is a non-existent cross-up. I've seen some Anilas doing 2L wake-up. So there's value in high crush. Yeah. Not a ton of value, but it exists. That's all of the buttons in Genji, I think. Kagura is the much more rushdown-oriented stance. Kagura 5L also is not a close L or a far L, just a 5L. It starts up in 5 frames up close and 6 frames further away. So you do have a 5-frame mash button here on Narmaya, but only in your... Or no, I thought this was 5 up close. Oh yeah, it is. Oh, but it's really up close. I see. If you get even a little far, it becomes 6. Yeah. Oh, close buttons. You're right. I forgot about close normals. That's very true. Genji close, we already talked about. Close M is 6, and I think even? No, -2. Okay. And then Genji close H is an 8-frame close H. This is true. This means that because of how Narmaya's stance swapping works, you can always do 5L, 5H, even though Kagura close H is not an 8-frame close H. It's 9, but you can always stance swap. Also, the frame advantage on the boob hitbox? Control yourself. Control yourself, okay. Kagura. You'll notice all of these buttons are a lot smaller. These are, you know, by and large, more rushdown-oriented buttons. Still lots of active frames on this far end, for what it's worth, but very easy to low-profile this. More active frames than the other one. 9 frames, right? Less recovery on it, more active frames. It's something. The 2M, though, is the big star of the show here. Plus on block 2M on Kagura Narmaya is very nice. This is one of 3 in the entire game. Granith and Blue has one right here. And then Belial obviously has the best one because it's also a low. But yeah, plus on block 2M is very, very nice for Narmaya there. And then her far H is pretty similar in that it is, you know, big stop sign, but it's 12 frame startup instead of 10 up close and 9 frames closer up, right? I believe. I thought so anyway. Is it not 9 frames closer up? Yeah, there you go. Right? It's 9 frames closer up and 12 frames further away. So, again, right? It's a matter of Kagura wants you to be closer to the opponents, for sure. 9 frames at the tip, 7 frames closer for Kagura far end. Ooh, oh, so true. Yeah, I see. So, again, right? All your buttons, you'll notice, you want to be closer to your opponents, right? Kagura is very much the rushdown stance. She has a much more normal, kind of like Gran and Jita style 6xh here. You have to space it out for it to be safe, right? Otherwise, you're gonna die. But it starts up in a much more reasonable time frame. And even on regular hits, you still get pretty good reward off of this, right? You can get your combos as you see fit. So let me start in Kagura while we're talking about it here. Dawnfly and Free Flutter is what they're called. I thought you could get close H off of this. Maybe not. Maybe only on counter hits? I could have sworn. Oh, I guess you do this, right? Yeah, that's how you get auto combo there. Fucking you up. Here I go. Tough love a little bit. Let's fucking you up. 6XL. Oh, you're plus 11. Oh, I see. Yeah. You can probably get close M after that. Yeah. Let's fucking you up. Cool. So yeah, her 6xh is a little bit more useful, and 6xm is exactly the same in both stances, I'm pretty sure. And it's quite good. Right, it's a pretty solid one. She's got a nice little swoop to her. Same thing though, it's a low hitting 6XL, which is nice. You love these for neutral. And you can space it out to make it safe. If you don't, you are in the big danger, right? About round start usually is, yeah. Round start is going to be safe for these. -6 from that far away is unpunishable by the whole video game. No worries there. Jumping buttons in Kagura, a little bit upgraded, right? The JL hits a bit more horizontal, but otherwise is just a JL. JM is a much more reliable cross-up, you can see right there. And JH is a much deeper jump-in button as well. Again, Genji is your keep the guy out stance. Kagura is your run in and kill the guy stance. Her JU here is, actually I don't even know. I guess also kind of an air-to-air, though can function. That looks like a jump, that kind of looks like a good button, no? Active, good air-to-air hitbox, you can maybe use it as a jump-in too. I fuck with this guy. Both being 6xh clash level or only the Kagura? You're talking about the 6xhs? They're both 6xh, yeah. Let me take a sip real quick. I've been yapping about Narmaya. At a mile a minute. What else? Faster than Kagura JH? Yeah, I guess so. 11 frames versus like 15. Probably could hit a little earlier there. Oh, I guess. Yeah, depends on if you're from deeper, from higher up, it might be faster. Whereas that's gonna hit much later. I see the vision. It's also a pretty good air-to-air, and I imagine you get a nice little counter hit effect there if you bop a fellow with it. Oh, not as nice as I thought, but you could still definitely extend off of that, right? As far as specials, right? Narmaya specials. Everyone is certainly aware of some of them, but she has 6, right? Because she has 3 in each stance, and she has a completely different set of specials in every stance. In Genji, with her swords not drawn, you can always tell this, by the way, by looking at her symbols. If you see little swords, like double swords like that, she's in Kagura. If you see double fireballs, she's in Genji. A good way to tell at a glance if you are not able to like take a look at Narmaya's animation and see if she has her sword out or not. But in Genji, the neutral and down special is Kagura, or yeah, Kagura? No, it's Setsuna is what it's called. This little mist finder looking thing, right? Light version just kind of sticks out and hits them. Medium you can hold for as little, well, not as little as you like, but you can hold it. It's always going to be slower, right? But you can hold it sometimes. 37 frames at slowest, or at fastest, 63 at slowest. This one is plus, like, all the time, I think, even if you don't hold it at all. Yeah, even point blank. Also, yeah, right? So this one is more of like a turnstile, or also you can use it to try and like kill someone who tries to spot dodge or roll the base Setsu. And the heavy version is minus on block, but is it wall bounces, right? This is just a combo tool, combo extender, combo starter, whatever you're thinking. Long range meaty if you like on this, I guess. On this guy, knock down. And then the U version is just right. Big ol' quick slice right there. It crumples. The most notable thing that this does, for sure, is that it restands like this, right? Which allows Narmaya to do some real fuck shit in extending her combos. Because combo limit in this game only counts up when the opponent is launched. So Narmaya can get some real long combos by restanding your dumbass. You see right there, like the combo limit bar is just completely and utterly stuck until I launch him again. And then her DP is a DP. In Genji, at least, it's a normal DP. 9-frame MDP, too, which is pretty good, right? 11-frame EX, 8-frame UDP that gives her a safe jump, very normal. And then the back special is Transient, which Transient is interesting because you can use it to, like, immediately, if you hit a special button again, you can use it to immediately go into a Kagura special. She just, like, pulls her sword out. So if you do, you know, back and then back special, you get the back special in Kagura. If you do back and then neutral, you get the neutral special in Kagura. And if you do back forward, you get the Kagura DP. But on its own merits, it's just a dash forward like this. So you can kind of use it to, like, steal a turn back, catch a guy sleeping, whatever. The medium version will cross up like this. So you try and do some left-right shenanigans. Maybe even by, you know, crossing up first and then going into this or something like that. Though that is punishable by some characters, by most characters at most ranges, I think, so be careful. And then the heavy version of Transient is the same thing, but faster. And I think will also cross up if you're close. No, it won't. Only medium will cross up, my bad. It's just a faster version of light that works the exact same way. The U version is totally different. This thing is invincible on frame 12? Something like that? Frame 12? I forget what Dust Loop says. This is basically a on-reaction anti-zoning tool, right? She kind of teleports, I think, not quite full screen, yeah. Like 85, 90% of the screen, and hits the opponent. And it's got some invuln somewhat late into it, so it's not a reversal at all, but this is essentially an anti-zoning tool for Genji and Narmaya right there. Kagura. The neutral special and down special is Kyoka Suigetsu. Here I come, which is this little slash. This light one is mostly safe on block, like a lot of the time, right? You can space it out to be -4, and even a lot of the ranges where it's -5 like this, no one is really punishing this. Though if you are too lazy with it, that is certainly punishable by pretty much the whole game. It's going to close L you and kill you there. And there are some ranges where like you might be -5, and it's like a Ladiva and Belial situation where maybe, or a Sora's, where only they can punish you, maybe. And the medium version is like always unsafe, I think. I don't think you can make this safe. This is for you, and it's like always -8 like this. You use this as a meterless combo ender. Do not just do this as a pressure special. It's a very bad idea, right? You can use it to like do this, and that's fine. But do not use it as a pressure special generally, ever, really. The H version is a little different. It's the same thing. It like launches in the corner, right? You can use it to start combos, all of this. But it also, while it is certainly very punishable on block, right? If you get lazy, -8 right here is more than enough for a lot of the cast to punish you. You'll notice it's got a lot of pushback on that last hit. You can actually be a little tricky with this one, right? There are some cases, I've seen it done, I don't know the exact spacing for it, where Narmaya can end up pretty far away from you. Yeah, right? Like -8 there is punishable by some characters. Catalina is going to kill you there for sure. Lucy might be hitting at 9 frames from that range. It might like mostly be Catalina. But some characters can certainly do it. But you can be a lot trickier with it, right? And end up much further away with this. So it might be worth like sticking out every now and then. Definitely Cat. Yeah, I mean Catalina's far M is much notably bigger than Grant's, and his is almost reaching at some of these distances. I forget, like, I don't know what the actual spacing for. I should learn that space. It looks like Like there, yeah. Is this hitting it as far? Some only Cat and her God fucking far M. It might be more than Catalina. There are some 8-frame far M's that have some pretty decent range, but maybe not. Vera's probably gets you too. Though I don't know if Vera's is hitting at 9 frames from that distance. I'm curious. It's very finicky. Yeah. Jita? I could see that. Yeah. Maybe like a Versuja or Siegfried 2M. I'm not sure if they're going to be quite big enough for that, but maybe. But yeah, like she can be very tricky with this, essentially. Where like very few characters are going to be able to like properly punish this if she spaces it out properly. But still, mostly, you know, to be on the safe side, maybe just use this shit as a combo extender in the corner, right? That's primarily what it does. And then the U version of this, right? Knockdown like that gives her a safe jump if she wants to frame kill it. And also you can use this to kind of extend in a lot of cases. Like I think you can go into like Genji 2M off after this, right? That you can launch into stance swap, like Genji 2M, that, and then like continue your combo, which is pretty funny. But yeah, mostly. Also, by the way, I think this one is quite unsafe on block. Yeah, -6. Not quite unsafe, but you can't do the same kind of shenanigans where you space this one out to make yourself okay. You're always getting far-L'd for this. Her DP in Kagura is quite ass. The light version is non-invincible. It's just, you know, an anti-air. Fine. The medium version is a parry that loses to lows. The H version is like a parry armor type thing that loses to lows. She only has like a real reversal in Kagura with 50 meter, essentially. And throws, what's a parry, right? But yeah, it loses. The special thing about it compared to other parries is that it loses to lows. Even the heavy version will still lose to lows. But the U version will not, right? So she kind of doesn't have a meterless DP in Kagura. She sort of does. It's just a real bad one, right? It's a really bad one. Again, why it's important to look at her when you're running pressure on Narmaya. It's important to see what stance she's in and run your pressure accordingly. Because if you are pressuring Kagura Narmaya, you very well might just meet her with a low and have all your problems go away. Right? But you might also, yeah, it's true. You might want to save jump her a little bit less. Is it to make up for her having 2 separate DP cooldowns? Probably. And probably also just Kagura is the much more rushdown-oriented special. They wanted it to be bad defensively, right? Is it lows or low-angled moves? Low property moves in particular. So if I have Gran like 2M or something like that, it won't beat it, right? It has to be low property moves, like moves that say low on the hit property there when you hit them. Like if I have Gran do this, that will absolutely. I can show you right now. Wait. There you go. See? And you'll safe jump in shambles? Yeah. A low hitting mid will trigger the parry, yeah. A low hitting mid. No. Oh, yes. Yeah, I see what you mean. A low hitting, like, a mid that doesn't actually, that hits low visually is going to trigger it, yes. It has to be a low proper, like, you see low right there? It has to say low when you do it to beat it. We say 2U into 2U meaty for style points. I mean, like, meatying Kagura Narmaya with lows is a very good idea, generally. And then the final special, last but very much not least, is flip right here. This is air okay, notably. Light flip on the ground here is minus if you stand block it, and plus if you crouch block it, or if it meaties somehow. So I think if you are like if she hits you a little further away, she can maybe get it to be plus as well. But it's gonna be, you know, more finicky. There you go. The medium version is much slower and is always plus only if it crosses up, right? I don't think, maybe you can meaty with this too from further away. Yeah, there you go. You can, but if you do it like, you know, right up close like this and it doesn't cross up, then she's gonna be minus. And then the H version is faster and is always plus no matter what happens, right? If it crosses up, if it doesn't cross up, if it meaties, if it doesn't meaty, if they're standing, if they're blocking, whatever. And then the U version is this little teleport, which will track the opponent's location if you're on the ground. It's got some invincibility on that TP, but you have to be careful because there's quite a lot of startup on when she reappears and does the attack. So it's very easy for someone to react to this and kill you. It can be used as an anti-zoning tool, but these days you're probably better off doing transient, right? It's much faster and is much less murdery, or much less easy to murder. For the grounded flips, one very important thing to note is that if you look at these, despite the visual being this big crescent moon around her, the hitbox below and in front of her, and just directly below her, right? So a very reasonable thing that you can do. You transient dice to spot dodge, not if you're using it as an anti-zoning tool, right? You should not be using either of those moves preemptively in neutral. But I'm just saying that U-flip is slow enough that it doesn't even work as an anti-zoning tool half the time. Because it's hitting you in like, yeah, 27, like depending on what's happening, this can actually, like, you can recover and still block or punish her even for this. U-transient is Narmaya's, like, anti-zoning tool, basically. But yeah, so flip, notably, this is true for all of them, right? Man, I wish I knew anything about this character. Well, good for you. I'm explaining literally everything about this character. It hits below her only. So a very valid strategy when you see Narmaya go up into the air to flip is to jump back, right? As anti-zoning tool, yeah. I mean, you flip is, yeah, like, basically the ground. I'm talking about the grounded versions of the flip. You flip is a very bad idea to just throw out like this, and not even really that good of an idea as a anti-zoning tool either. U flip and U transient. Yeah, again, U flip, I would not, like, U flip is an anti-zoning tool in parentheses, like, kind of, right? Like, it's slow enough that a lot of the times people are just gonna end up recovering, and bad things might happen to you. But it is true that if you do get a hit on this, you do get a full combo a lot of the time, as opposed to transient, which is still, like, you know, they sit down. This also is significantly easier to react to. This is a full 10 frames slower than transient, right? So while you transient, you can certainly spot dodge this on reaction, and Narmaya is in big trouble. U-flip is significantly easier to react and kill, and you can do whatever the fuck you want on U-flip, right? Like, you can straight up, right? You can get a counter hit close H on her half the time too. It's kind of weird timing it as the bot right here, but I literally, to end the Eustace like high master, I counter hit close H to Narmaya, right? But yeah, anyway, so when you see an Narmaya jump, if you just want to, like, or when you see her flip on the ground, just, like, kind of jumping back on reaction, well, jumping back and blocking, notably, that's my bad. Let me record him actually doing that. There you go. If she, like, flips and you jump back, you can make it either whiff entirely like that and, like, hit her on the way down, or a lot of the time, you can also block it and be, you know, relatively fine. What you can also do, of course, is like that. You can, like, jump back air throw, and that's very valuable as well, right? Point being that even if you're a little bit late, as long as you can just, like, because flip only really hits directly below Narmaya, getting high is a great idea, right? Getting high up there, trying to get your legs past the hitbox, and then dealing with it from there can work very well. Whether it's, like, jumping back and getting high is a great idea, by the way, put that shit in quotes. Whether it's, like, jumping back and hitting her with a JL or something like that, that's a very, like, relatively risk-free way to deal with it too, right? You're not going to get a lot of reward or anything like that. But you are at least going to, you know, make sure that Narmaya cannot keep pressuring you with flip. Very important thing. There is a version of flip that we're going to talk about in a second, right? That is incredibly fucked up, and there's very little you can do about it reasonably. This is not it, though, and I see a lot of people struggle with dealing with this Narmaya flip a lot. Yes, certainly Narmaya can also just do, like, light flip, right? To kind of fuck up your timing there. But even this, honestly, you can certainly try and get airborne and get ahead of it. It is still a 30 frame deal, right? And your jump is going to get you out of the way. Usually, you know, like, if you jump air throw especially, you can react to any of these flips and jump air throw them, right? They are not really, like if I just set Mr. Granial Blue. It's not the easiest thing in the world, but if you can keep it on your mental stack, you can even do this to light flip relatively reasonably, right? Even if you're, like, a little bit late right there, right? Now, certainly, right? Certainly, if you get counter hit by this, I believe Narmaya on light flip counter hits can actually sometimes pick up a combo. Maybe not, actually. Maybe it's only medium, right? About how much time would you say you have? I mean, air throw starts up in, I forget now. Is it? Air throws start up in 4 frames. 5. Is it 5? So basically you have 9 frames. So 21. It's a 21 frame reaction check, right? For light flip, the hardest one is a 21 frame reaction check. Because light flip is hitting you, I guess it's going to be hitting you a little quicker, actually, right? Light flip, if you jump and you fuck it up, it might hit you a little faster. Might be closer to, like, a 20 frame reaction check. It's on falling L flip, right? But yeah, if you fuck up light flip, it's not the worst thing in the world. On these, like, on M or H, you have a lot of time, man. You have, like, 26 frames or something like that. And again, in general, you can always just jump back anyways, right? Like, jump back, and even if you don't get, even if you can't, like, kill her for it, you can at least kind of get out of the way, right? As a safe level 1 option, and, like, not get count. And if she does light flip and you block it in the air, a lot of the times you're not even, like, looking that bad, right? Like if I just have Mr. Graniel jump back and do this or something, right? And he blocks my light flip. Well, a lot of times he's gonna whiff straight up, but even if he blocks it, right, it's not like the worst thing in the world necessarily. Certainly, she's more plus, but there's a good chance that you can also make it whiff or get some sort of punish mid-air there. I know it says she's plus 10, but she's locked into an animation. I'm not, right? Like at any point here, if I notice her whiffing, I can hit her on the way back. So yeah, flip, like grounded flip is not like it's a bad move or anything like that, but there is much more counterplay to this than I see a lot of intermediate players show. Obviously, as well, if you are confident that you're not getting cross-upped, right? Crossed up, be very careful. You can always just do this, too, right? Right, you can always, like, depending on your DP hitbox and your character and stuff like that, you can certainly just, like, DP her ass and go from there. But yeah, you gotta be careful about that, certainly, right? Depends very much on your character and your DP hitbox and things like this. But yeah, right, that can be a very nice way to just get her off of you as well, if you're like pretty certain that the trajectory is not going to take her to the other side of you, or if your character's DP is just going to hit that shit anyway. If you have any sort of, you know, Sora's 5U, Vasaraga 5U with armor, any sort of like double hitting quick invincibility move is a great idea. There's a tendency to H transient to flip, so you can react to the transient for the flip. Yeah, be a little careful about that. Be a little careful about that, but yes.
Remember your training.
If we're truly fast on the gun moves like forward, skill M, or Belial, or any land C, down plus skill work too, or jumps are too tight enough already. If we're truly fast on the gun, I don't know what you're saying, I'm sorry. If you're really quick, can you DP? Is that what you're talking about? You have the most time to DP of anything else, right? If that's what you're referring to. I assume you're talking about if we're quick on it, can we DP her? And you don't have to be quick at all. You just have to be, you have to make sure, because you're frame 1 invincible on these, right? You just have to, again, be sure that you're not going to get crossed up or that your DP is not going to whiff. Because you can certainly end up in, like, situations like that, basically, right? Where she ends up on the other side of you and you die. Right? And bad things, very bad things could happen. And now, aerial flips, right? The gutsy, high rewarding 2H on flip. I would not do that unless you are really in the Narmaya's head. Aerial flips, right? TK light flip, like this, is mostly a brave counter bait, is what I've seen it used as. If you try to brave counter Narmaya, like this, right? I've seen it used as a brave counter bait anyway, I thought. Yeah, there you go, right? At certain spacings, your brave counter whiffs, and she's plus, and things like that. If I'm fast enough, can we do moves that put us up over her flip hitbox more like? Much easier to jump. Moves that put, like, are there specials that take you up into the air? I don't know, like, I'm not sure what you're talking about that isn't just jumping. I feel like my 2Hs tends to whiff when I do try it versus flip. You have to be pretty early, or you have to have goods. Those examples kind of does. I don't know what those forward skill M of Belial's is DP. Oh, you're talking about his MDP. Or Lance down plus skill. Yeah, all of those are gonna be harder and worse than just jumping and like anti-air. At that point, if you want to like use Lancelot Turbulence or something like that, you're going to have an easier time just if you're quick enough to turb out of there, you can just jump up and kill her as well, right? But yes, you could. Anything that gets you out of the way of the hitbox is fine. Right at the end of the day, it's not like jump is the magic button. Jump is just something that gets you up there in time. But yeah, so now TK flip, again, light we talked about as a brave counter bait. Medium is bad and no one ever uses it. I think maybe it's used in combos like sometimes or something like that. Because this shit is just, like it's just hella, like this is -3, this one's like minus a billion, like all the time. I don't know what you're like supposed, like, I don't know what this is used for. It's kind of garbage. Maybe it can like meaty or I don't know. Maybe it's a combo tool occasionally. Maybe you can be kind of tricky with it. I don't know. In my experience, TKM flip is kind of just garbage, but it's fine because TKH flip is maybe one of the best moves in the whole fucking game, right? You'll notice it starts up in 5 frames right there, which is very nice. If you do it correctly, it's +2 on block. It is airborne and it's fast. You know what this means? It catches both the latex. There are 4 frames where you have to jump. Right, and then once you're airborne, you can do the TK flip, so it's 9 frame startup total, basically, which is more than fast enough to catch you 2Ling or something like that, right? And Narm gets a full combo off of this. If you have the indignity of being caught by this move, you're going straight to Valhalla. I am sorry for your loss. We will send your remains to your next of kin. Yeah, and it's just safe, plus fast. There is very little that you can do about this. You can try to delay tech with a close L, It's like stand up, delay tech with a close L. But not only is that going to open you up to run up lows, even that, this thing is as fast as your close L as soon as he jumps, right? So there's a pretty solid chance that even if you try to delay tech with a close L like this, even that can get blown up by Narmaya running... Oh, hold on, I'm ass. By her running up and TK flipping like this. I'm trying to do both sides of the inputs here in my defense, right? Like, even that can end up getting you blown up by an Narmaya that's got your number. There you go, right? I kind of fucked it up, but you get the idea. Like, the window here is very small to actually counter hit her, right? But you can do... Yeah, there you go. That was actually it. You can do it, right? There certainly is also a timing where, you know, she jumps and you can... Not that, certainly. There's a timing where she jumps and you close L her and she dies, right? But in general, you kind of just have to fucking hold that shit against Narmaya. It makes her corner pressure incredibly scary. In a game revolving around strike throw and delay tech as like the primary defensive tool, the fact that Narmaya has an option that kind of just turns delay tech off, or at least makes it a very bad idea, is terrifying. It's terrifying, right? And I don't even... We'll figure out some combos, maybe tomorrow. But, like, she can hit you real fucking hard, too. Is it more plus versus crouching as... I don't actually know. That's a good question. I don't think so. Maybe? No, yeah. Okay, it's hitting you on the first active frame regardless. BC is an option if you're willing to spend. That's true. That's true. Right? But, I mean, when I say you have to hold that, I mean, you don't have to... You can't delay... Like, it's very tough to actually end up delay teching against this. Like, reasonably. Can you roll grounded or TK flip? I mean, you certainly can. I think you can. You'd be doing it on preemption, right? Hold up, let me have him roll on a bit of a delay here. Right? Like, it will whiff through rollers. Right? But you're doing that at, like, you're doing that at, like, your extreme discretion. Because you're just rolling on defense is what you're doing. Because, again, this is 9 frames. Right? This is completely an... Some people talk about, oh, I can react to the throw tech window. I can react to, if you had time to jump, you have time to roll. Are you talking about grounded flip or aerial flip? Very different. Grounded flip is 35 frames crouching and like 32 frames standing. Right? You can roll this one if you want. But even, actually no, rolling, you might get murdered for rolling. I get owned by both, I want to learn. Yeah, but you don't, they're different, right? This one is much slower. Right? This is hitting you in 35 frames if it crosses up. This is hitting you in 9. Right? 9. So we talked about with grounded flip, you jump, you can DP if you're not gonna get crossed up. You can like jump back throw, you know, jump button, just super jump out and run away. Like you can crouch block or stand block, all of them just to make sure that you don't end up getting reset by light flip, things like that. With TK flip, there really is not very much counterplay. Again, you can roll as a hard call-out, and it's true that, again, if you do this, right, Narmaya's cooked. She's punishable, and you sideswap. But, like, this is 9 frames, right? You're not doing this. You can react to the grounded flips and do things. Not on TK flip. It's a full call-out, and if you just roll and, you know, she doesn't do that, then you may be in a little bit of trouble, right? But it's certainly, you know, it's not an option. But yeah, you kind of have to hold this. It's one of the best moves that any character has, basically. But yeah, people talk about I can react to UL overhead, I can react to the throw tech window, I can react to all of these different things. Maybe you can. You can't roll TK flip, but you can roll ground flip. Well, okay. You can roll both of them. I would recommend rolling neither of them, right? Roll is like generally not that worth it to do against this, just because roll on reaction. Yeah, but I wouldn't well, you can't react to this. It's not roll on reaction. You can't react to this at all, right? Is my point. This is not reactable. You can't do anything on reaction to this. It's 5 frame startup plus 4 frame jump. It's 9 frames. So you can't do anything at all on reaction to TK flip. You can do a bunch of stuff on reaction to regular flip, and roll is probably not a great idea in general. I mean, like, you can, right? You can. And I guess maybe, but like, yeah, if you're doing it on reaction, Narmaya is usually going to be quite plus. Sometimes even plus enough to punish you. So on grounded flip, I would recommend that you just jump, air throw. If you can react in time to make roll worth it, you should just 2H her. On this, you can try rolling on preemption is something, right? I get TK, it's not possible. Want to know details on grounded? Honestly, it's probably more worth it to roll TK flip than grounded flip. Because grounded flip is like, you have good options and you're just choosing not to do them to roll. This is like, you're kind of fucked. If you at least have the hard call out on flip, right? You can at least roll it and get a lot of, like, probably kill Narmaya, right? You're gonna get like a full corner combo if you roll this. So it's probably more worth it to roll TK flip than grounded flip. Because TK flip is just, I have no options, right? You might as well do something risky if you're really scared of blocking. But yeah, besides stuff like that, you know, hard calling it out by mashing or rolling or something. If you don't feel like you can react to grounded flip, just hold the guard button. Yeah, but that's an infinite, right? Assuming you're crouch blocking, because you should be, even this is an infinite, right? You should definitely be reacting to flip. But yes, you can just hold the guard button, but Narmaya will just be plus forever is the thing, right? I would recommend, you can react to grounded flip. I promise you. Right, especially H flip, you can react to this. This is like a 28 frame you can react to this. If you can't react to this, you can't react to anything else. And I promise you can react to this if you're looking out for it. Anyone can react to this. You're telling me to block? I'm telling you not to block, actually. But yeah, so this move's pretty fucked up. And then the aerial version of U flip is also quite interesting. Right, you can cancel buttons into flip as well, by the way. Like aerial, because it's air okay. You can like special into flip like this. So the aerial version of U flip is quite interesting because it teleports her away. This is basically an anti-air tool, right? It's an anti-air tool. If you see her coming with a jump and you try to 2H, right? You can get haha funnied by that. You can also use it as an anti-brave counter tool as well. So you can, like, you know, jump in like this, flip away, and then once again, you are going to see your next of kin, right? And things get very bad for you very fast. So air U flip, also pretty damn good. Has slightly more invuln than grounded U flip. Yeah, notably air U flip though does not track. It just kind of carries on your current momentum. So if you're jumping back, right, she teleports back. If you're jumping forward a lot, she teleports forward quite a lot. If you're kind of neutral, she doesn't really move, right? It's gonna be on Ute Bob. Yes, that's correct. It's gonna be on Ute Bob. Don't you worry. Late probably, because we're not even done with swords. We gotta go through all of Eustace on YouTube, and then I'm gonna start uploading this. But yes, the VOD is gonna be up on YouTube forever, for what it's worth. And then yeah, that's everything, right? My God, that's a lot to talk about with this Narmaya lady, man. She's got 6 specials and 2 sets of normals, so it's somewhat to be understood. I guess 5U is the sand swap, right? This is the whole thing here with this character. Very notably, her cooldowns for specials share separate cooldowns, right? So if I go on into battle here and I set my skill cooldown to default, and I have I have all my cooldowns up, right? If I EX Setsuna, you notice how those are on cooldown, these aren't, right? This is one of the strongest things about this stance swap is not only does Narmaya have 2 completely different movesets and sets of normals and things like that are good for different situations, she also has 6 different cooldowns, right? She has 6 different cooldowns. So she has, like, you know, she can, like, DP here, and then, you know, while that DP's on cooldown, she's got another one here, right? Not as good, but she's got another one right here. This is why you'll notice Narmaya, basically everything that Narmaya does launches. She does not have, like, besides flip, which is not really going to be a combo move. She can't cancel JL into U flip. She can, if that's what you're talking about. She can cancel JL into U flip, absolutely, yeah. But yeah, so everything Narmaya has launches, and it's because of the fact that she has so many specials. Like, you can, every time you do anything, you can stance swap. You don't have to be, like, at rest to stance swap, right? I can, like, stance swap mid-button, like this. Or I can do Kagura 5L stance swap, Genji 5H to get my 8-frame close H to work into my close L, even outside of a counter hit, right? Beat, bop. Oh, hold up. Beat, bop. There you go. Exactly like that. I can stance swap, now I'm in Kagura right here, and I can do that, and I stance swap into Genji again. All of this bullshit. 5U can be canceled as early as frame 5 into a special, I think. Looks maybe like it? Yeah, maybe. Looks something like that. But anyway, so this stance swap lets her have 2 different sets of cooldowns, so she can juggle people really, really well. And it's why, by and large, she cannot, like, grounded extend you with any of her specials, because if she could do that, you would never fucking leave the ground. This character is very good at wasting time for her cooldowns to come back. with all of these different stances and everything like that. So it's why everything launches so that combo limit finds her eventually. Even then, she can have some very long combos sometimes when Flip actually does get involved. Very, very strong thing to have the stance swap, right? Not only does it make her versatile on like a meta sense, because she can be both a mid-range and a rushdown character, but it also lets her juggle those cooldowns in a very effective way. This character feels pretty fucking good, right? I'm excited to play her in higher master because this was one of the most boring characters to get to master because of the fact that nobody knew what to do about Flip, so you just kind of spammed grounded Flip and everyone died. I would hope that a year on and in master rank now, I can't just get her that high using this. So I might actually, like, I just did this to people getting her to master a year ago, where I played her right after Flip got buffed, and like, I literally infinited motherfuckers in S++ with this, right? So I would hope that that is not going to be the case this time around. We're going to have to actually delve into some more depth of playing Narmaya to get her to 1,000 gems, and we'll see, man, we'll see. But I'm excited to play this character, see how strong she really feels. The more I've thought about her, that like, just without even playing her, just like, the more I've thought about what Narmaya can do, the more she has kind of climbed in my own personal tier list. We'll see how I end up feeling about her by the end of this. This will be kind of my definitive opinion on Narmaya for basically ever until she gets buffed or nerfed. Probably nerfed, will be my guess. But yeah, man. Narmaya.